Hello and welcome to a very special and spooky edition of the VINVERITY Show. I'm Corky, your certified wine expert, and today I'll be your spectral guide through the bubbling depths of Champagne's ghostly past. Tonight, we descend into the underground cellars of Reims and Épernay, a labyrinth carved from ancient chalk, to meet the spirits who, quite literally, have never left their posts. The chalk caves beneath Champagne, known as Crayères, were first dug by the Romans nearly 2,000 years ago. Centuries later, Champagne houses discovered that the constant temperature and humidity of these caves made these catacombs perfect for aging sparkling wine. But in their silence and darkness, stories began to ferment. Cellar workers whispered of ghostly footsteps, the faint sound of a bottle popping in the distance, and most chillingly, a shadow in monk's robes drifting through the tunnels. They say it's the spirit of Dom Pierre Périnon, the Benedictine monk who refined the art of blending champagne grapes in the 1600s. When a batch ferments perfectly, some swear they hear a sigh. During both world wars, these same cellars sheltered thousands of people from bombardment. Many families lived underground for months, while winemakers continued their craft beside the rumble of artillery above. After the wars, these workers began reporting strange happenings. Bottles rearranged overnight, wine cages clinking when no one was near. Some said it was the souls of fallen soldiers keeping watch over the vintages that survived the chaos. In fact, there's a story from Épernay about a worker who found an uncorked bottle perfectly upright with no sign of spillage. And on its label, a date from 1914, the year the Germans first invaded. And he swore it tasted alive. Now, of course, we at VINVERITY know that hauntings can have a logical explanation. The footsteps are probably the echo of releasing bottles as the wine undergoes its secondary fermentation. And the cold drafts, pressure equalizing through the tunnel vents. Flickering lights, chalk dust refracting in candle flame. But there is something wonderfully human about our urge to see spirit in the wine. After all, champagne is a living thing, a marriage of yeast and grape, darkness and light. Every bottle contains millions of tiny organisms now dormant, but whose final breath created the bubbles we celebrate with. In that sense, perhaps there really are spirits in the cellar, not ghosts, but the essence of transformation. So tonight, as you pour your glass, listen closely. When that cork pops and the mist curls out like a phantom, think of the generations who worked by candlelight, coaxing life from silence. And if you ever visit Champagne, step softly through the cellars. Leave a toast for the unseen winemakers still perfecting their craft. Because in every bottle, the past is still whispering. To the ghosts of Champagne, may their bubbles never fade. Thanks for joining me for this haunted pour. If you enjoyed this episode, raise your glass or your cauldron and follow VINVERITY for more tales where wine and wonder meet. Until next time, in wine there is truth.